On the Red Sea's sun-scorched shores, where the land meets the restless waves, a quiet transformation is underway. Eritrea, long overlooked and often misunderstood, is stepping back onto the world stage with a new sense of purpose and ambition. Once a silent observer in the heart of East Africa, Eritrea is now quietly reshaping the region's destiny, influencing events that ripple far beyond its borders. In 2026, Eritrea has emerged from decades of isolation to become a central player in one of the world's most volatile and strategically important regions. Its re-emergence is sending shockwaves through neighboring countries and international corridors of power. Once known for its sealed borders, enigmatic leadership, and a reputation for secrecy, Eritrea is now an active architect of regional power dynamics, shaping alliances and forging new relationships. Its leaders are seen in Riyadh, Cairo, and even cautiously engaging with former adversaries, signaling a willingness to negotiate, collaborate, and assert their interests on the global stage. This resurgence is no accident. It's the result of a deliberate, patient strategy, carefully crafted over years, of watching the region's chaos unfold. Eritrea's leadership has played a long game, waiting for the right moment to act. While neighbors struggle with internal strife and shifting alliances, Eritrea leverages its strategic geography and disciplined state apparatus to project influence, securing its place as a key player in the Red Sea corridor. Diplomats who once dismissed Eritrea as a closed-off outlier now scramble to understand its motives, eager to decipher the intentions behind Asmara's bold new moves. The world can no longer ignore Asmara's calculated assertion of power. Eritrea's actions are making headlines, and its influence is being felt in boardrooms and embassies, from Africa to the Middle East. Understanding Eritrea, its ambitions, its strategies, and its vision, is now essential for anyone seeking to grasp the future of East Africa and the Red Sea corridor, where the next chapter of regional history is being written. For over 2 decades, Eritrea was defined by isolation and mistrust, shaped by war and sanctions. A landmark peace deal in 2018 cracked open the door for re-engagement, even as alliances later soured. By 2025, Eritrea pivoted, forging pragmatic ties with Egypt, Somalia, and Gulf states eager for Red Sea access. Sovereignty and self-reliance remain core, but Asmara now builds selective bridges, not just walls. Aligning with former foes like the TPLF shows a new, pragmatic approach. Eritrea is no longer content to survive, it's determined to shape its environment. Its journey from isolation to influence is now a defining story of the Horn of Africa. Eritrea's rise unfolds amid regional instability, creating both risks and opportunities. Sudan's ongoing crisis presents both threats and opportunities for Eritrea to secure its western flank. Eritrea's outreach to Sudanese factions is classic risk management. Meanwhile, the Red Sea's strategic value draws in Gulf powers, who see Eritrea as a crucial partner. This external interest gives Eritrea economic and diplomatic leverage. Asmara skillfully accepts support while fiercely guarding its autonomy. Eritrea's greatest asset is its geography, over 1,100 kilometers of Red Sea coastline. Its ports, Massawa and Asab, are vital for trade and security, giving Eritrea significant leverage in the region. The Dahlak archipelago enhances Eritrea's maritime power, offering strategic depth and surveillance. Control of these assets makes Eritrea a gatekeeper in the southern Red Sea. This isn't just about defense, it's a proactive tool for shaping regional security. Eritrea's Red Sea strategy is clear. Use maritime leverage as its primary foreign policy currency. By controlling access, Eritrea partners with Gulf states and asserts its regional role. Massawa and Asab are more than infrastructure. They're symbols of sovereignty and power. Eritrea's influence in the Horn of Africa is shaped by a web of pragmatic, security-focused relationships that reflect both its ambitions and its vulnerabilities. The country's foreign policy is defined by a careful calculation of risks and opportunities, as it navigates a region marked by shifting alliances and persistent instability. Eritrea manages its security through ongoing military mobilization and by supporting various opposition groups in the region. This approach allows Eritrea to exert pressure and maintain leverage, even as its borders remain flashpoints for conflict and negotiation. At the same time, Eritrea quietly coordinates with Kenya, a key regional player, to help manage broader regional instability. These discreet diplomatic efforts are crucial for maintaining a sense of equilibrium in the Horn of Africa. Eritrea is also cautiously increasing its engagement with the African Union, seeking to shape decisions from within rather than remain isolated. This marks a shift from its previous stance of skepticism toward continental institutions, signaling a new willingness to participate in regional diplomacy. In Sudan, Eritrea engages with multiple factions, balancing relationships with both government and opposition groups to prevent chaos from spilling over its borders. This strategy is vital for Eritrea's own security, given the volatility of its western neighbor. Beyond Africa, the Gulf states, especially Saudi Arabia and the UAE, are key partners for Eritrea. These relationships provide much-needed investment, economic opportunities, and diplomatic cover, helping Eritrea weather international isolation. In return, Eritrea offers the Gulf states strategic access to the Red Sea, a vital maritime corridor. Yet, it is careful to resist dependency, maintaining its autonomy and ensuring that no single partner can dictate its policies. This careful balancing act, engaging with powerful neighbors and distant allies while fiercely guarding its sovereignty, allows Eritrea to benefit from alliances without compromising its independence or national interests. Eritrea's independent foreign policy remains central to its evolving regional role, positioning it as a unique and sometimes unpredictable actor in the Horn of Africa. Eritrea's Asmara method is defined by patience, precision, and secrecy. Preferring quiet negotiations, Eritrea frustrates outsiders but keeps adversaries guessing. Every move is measured by one criterion: does it enhance Eritrea's independence? The country avoids binding alliances, favoring bilateral deals that preserve autonomy. Eritrean leaders play the long game, waiting for the right moment to act. This unpredictability is a form of power, forcing others to tread carefully. The Asmara method has made Eritrea a uniquely effective and unpredictable player in the Horn. Eritrea's foreign policy rests on three pillars. First, it seeks regional relevance as a key security actor, ensuring no major decision is made without its input. By engaging in Sudan, coordinating with Egypt and aligning with Tigray factions, Eritrea elevates its standing. Second, it fiercely preserves strategic autonomy, resisting dependency even as it partners with Gulf states. Eritrea welcomes investment but refuses permanent foreign bases or binding alliances. This flexibility allows it to pivot quickly as regional dynamics shift. Third, Eritrea systematically uses maritime leverage, its ports and coastline, to control Red Sea access. This attracts global partners seeking secure shipping lanes. Maritime power underpins Eritrea's relevance and autonomy. Eritrea's regional rivalry will shape the Horn's future, with three possible scenarios that could dramatically alter the region's trajectory. The stakes are high, and the choices made in the coming years will ripple far beyond its borders. The first scenario is managed competition. In this future, all sides recognize the dangers of open conflict and instead choose to avoid war. They negotiate port access, trade routes, and security arrangements, channeling their rivalry into diplomatic engagement. While deep mistrust lingers, leaders prioritize stability and economic growth, understanding that cooperation, however uneasy, serves their people better than confrontation. This cold peace would stabilize the region, allowing for cautious optimism. Tensions would remain just beneath the surface, but the threat of war would recede, giving ordinary citizens a chance to rebuild and hope for a better future. Trade could flourish, and international investment might return, slowly transforming the Horn's prospects. The second scenario is a prolonged cold rivalry. Here, proxy conflicts persist across borders, draining resources and fueling cycles of violence. The Red Sea becomes a zone of confrontation, with countries supporting armed groups and competing for influence in neighboring states. Smuggling, piracy, and instability spread, making daily life more precarious for millions. In this tense environment, external powers are drawn in, seeking to protect their interests and shipping lanes. Alliances harden, and the Horn becomes a chessboard for global and regional actors. Instability becomes the norm, and the risk of escalation is ever present, with the region's future held hostage by unresolved grievances. The third, and most dangerous scenario, is open conflict. A miscalculation or provocation could spark a full-scale war, drawing in neighbors and Gulf states. The fighting would be intense and unpredictable, with devastating consequences for civilians and infrastructure. The humanitarian cost would be catastrophic. Millions could be displaced and vital trade through the Red Sea could grind to a halt. Food shortages, refugee crises, and economic collapse would ripple across the region, destabilizing not just the Horn, but also threatening global trade and security. Leaders are acutely aware of these risks, yet nationalistic rhetoric, historical grievances, and the high stakes involved make escalation plausible. The pressure to appear strong can override calls for restraint, especially when public sentiment is inflamed. The Horn's fate now hinges on the choices made in Asmara and other regional capitals. Every decision, every negotiation, and every gesture of goodwill or hostility will shape the region's destiny for years to come. Whether the region finds stability or spirals into chaos depends on the ability to manage this volatile rivalry. The world is watching, hoping that wisdom and restraint will prevail over pride and provocation. The stakes are immense, not just for Eritrea, but for the world. The Horn of Africa sits at a crossroads of global trade, migration, and security, making its stability a matter of international concern. The Red Sea's security, regional prosperity, and countless lives hang in the balance. The choices made today will echo for generations, shaping the lives of millions and the fate of a vital global corridor. The next moves will define East Africa's future. The world waits to see which path the Horn will choose. By 2026, Eritrea has transformed from isolated pariah to a central, unpredictable force in East Africa. Through patient, calculated diplomacy, it's turned geography and regional instability into strategic assets. Eritrea now shapes the Horn's political and security landscape, leveraging its Red Sea control. Its pragmatic, secretive style has built flexible alliances without sacrificing sovereignty. The region's future stability depends heavily on Eritrea's next moves. Eritrea is now a pivotal actor, holding keys to trade, conflict, and power in the Horn. Its rise proves that even small nations can become decisive players through strategy and patience. The world must now reckon with Eritrea's new voice, a force rewriting the rules of power in East Africa.